Hello Flowly friends and welcome to today's video. This session is going to be really helpful for gamers, for desk workers and anyone who sits for long periods of time. It's also really supportive for anyone who experiences joint pain, stiffness or arthritis. So we're going to be focusing on the areas that get stiff when you're sitting for long periods of time, which tend to be your hands and your wrists, your neck, and your back. So we're going to start with the hands and the wrists. So this is particularly helpful if you are a gamer or if you are somebody that types all day. And if you do have any type of joint stiffness, maybe within your fingers or in your wrists, it's really good to just kind of get them mobile again. So we're just going to start simply with wrist circles. So just have your hands and fingers nice and loose and just gently start to rotate the wrist. Really simple. Really easy. You can do this 10 times in one direction and then take it the other way. So always when we're doing circular movements, always take it the other way. It keeps you from being wonky. Okay, and then nice and gently we're going to stretch out the fingers, stretch them really nice and wide, nice big reach and stretch, and then bring your hands in for a fist, give them a little squeeze. And then same again, you can do this like 5 times, maybe take it up to 10, depending on how stiff you actually feel within your little joints of the fingers. So nice big stretches. Perfect. Wonderful. Give the hands a little shake after, just to get that blood flowing back into your fingers again. The next one is stretching your finger to your thumb. So really stretch out the index finger and then bring it right tip to tip, tip of the thumb to tip of the finger. And then same with the next finger, and then the next one, and then the next one. And then you can just go back the other way. Nice and gently. Lovely. And then have another little shake out. Take it to the other side. So really stretch, little press, stretch, 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 little press, stretch, 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 little press. Now, if you have any type of swelling or anything in your fingers, maybe you've got rheumatoid arthritis, something like that, this might feel a little challenging and it may hurt a little bit. So I would advise that you don't do it. Anything that hurts, we don't want to be doing it. So we're hopefully today we're trying to ease the stiffness. We're not trying to cause any aggravation. Perfect. Have a little shake out of your hand. Perfect. Okay, the next little stretch is going to take us really into arms and shoulders, but then also the neck as well. So we're going to interlace the fingers and we're going to turn the palms away from us and we're just nice and gently going to press the palms away. Just going to turn to the side a little bit. You're going to really stretch out your arms and the backs of your shoulders. So keep your spine nice and tall, but round the shoulders forward. So you're really pressing those shoulder blades back. Getting a beautiful stretch. You're going to feel it all the way on the inside of your arm and then in those palms as well. You're giving them a stretch. Lovely. And then nice and gently, just bring the hands in. Maybe just let them rest on your chest for a moment. Lovely. And then take it out again, nice and slowly. Always going nice and slow. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Lovely. Breathe deeply here. Lovely. Exhale. And then gently bring the hands in. Perfect. We're going to add in a little bit of a neck stretch with this time. So press the palms away. Find that little spot that you've been finding. Hold it here. Take a nice big breath. And then as you exhale, just drop your right ear to right shoulder. Just nice and gently. A little bit of a stretch there. Lovely. Inhale. Slowly, head comes back to center. Exhale. Left ear, left shoulder. Perfect. Take an inhale. Just come back to center and then release your arms. Lovely. Take a breath. Let the hands just release down. Perfect. Let's take it into the neck now. So we're going to drop chin down to the chest. And then when you get here, take a little roll of your shoulders back. That slightly deepens that stretch. Take a big breath in. You're breathing into the back of the neck. Exhale, let it go. Let's stay here for a couple more nice gentle breaths. Perfect. Then we're going to add in a little bit more to this position. So keeping your chin to your chest, interlace your fingers again and gently place your hands on the back of your head. You're just placing them gently. You're not pulling, you're not forcing. And then nice and gently, if you can, draw your elbows a little closer towards each other. They don't need to touch. And that's just going to send that stretch a little bit further down. Maybe you feel it in between the shoulder blades. You might feel it right across the top of the shoulders. Depends how stiff you are here. Take a big breath in and exhale. As we're exhaling, we're trying to release some of that stiffness, letting it melt away with each breath. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. Release your hands first, nice and gently, and then gently lift your head up. Perfect. We're going to drop right ear to right shoulder. Keep your shoulders nice and low. Perfect. Feeling that lovely little stretch down the left side. Take an inhale. And then exhale, slowly turn the nose towards your right shoulder. So you're just looking off that shoulder. Try and keep that shoulder relaxed. Sometimes when we move, we start to hunch the shoulders again. So if you feel you've done that, just let them relax down. Hold it here. Breathe deeply. And you can stay here for a couple of breaths. You can stay here for one breath, just until you feel like there's been a little bit of a release. And then nice and gently, take an inhale, slowly, slowly. Coming out of the neck, bring the head back to center. Perfect. Take it to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. Shoulders relax down. Wonderful. Take an inhale. And exhale, gently turning the nose towards your left shoulder. So you're just looking it off there. So this kind of changes that stretch as you turn the head. You're changing the stretch more to the outside, maybe towards the back of the ear. So you just kind of feel it. It might feel a little bit more intense. So, only take it as far as you feel you can. Breathe deeply. Exhale. Wonderful. Inhale, nice and slowly. Bring your head back to center. And then just take your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze them up. Nice big squeeze. Arms down by your side. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale. Let the shoulders go. This is a good one, especially if you want to, you've had a stressful day. Inhale, squeeze it up. Exhale, let it go. Do one more of those. Inhale, squeeze it up. And exhale, let it go. Perfect. Okay, let's stretch out the upper body now. So I'm just going to sit back just a tad. So we're going to stretch out the back and just the upper body in general. So just take an inhale, sweep the arms up into the air, take a nice big reach and stretch. Find that length, feel the ribs gently separating as you reach up nice and high. Maybe you wiggle your fingers. Take an inhale, exhale, just let the arms float down. Just do a couple of those. Inhale, take it up, nice big reach. And then exhale, take it down. Perfect. One more of those. Inhale. And exhale, take it down. Perfect. Now have your knees so they're about hip distance apart. Make sure your knees are right above your ankles. We're going to take ourselves into a little seated forward fold. So hands can just slide over the legs, down they go. Let the chest come over the top of your thighs. So maybe they touch, maybe it doesn't, it really doesn't matter, but just come over the legs, let the head hang forwards. And just feel the muscles in the back nice and gently stretch out. So you can grab your legs here or just let your arms hang down. I always like to just let my arms hang, let my shoulders relax, and take a couple of deep breaths into your back here. And if the back is feeling a little stiff, maybe after a few breaths you start to feel that the muscles start to relax, and maybe you feel your torso getting that little bit closer towards your thighs. Breathe deeply. Sigh it out if you need to. If you need to release the stresses of the day, especially if you're doing this at the end of your work day, maybe even on your lunch break, or if you've had that really long gaming session, which we tend to sometimes if you are a gamer. Big breath in. Let it go. Wonderful. And then place the hands on the legs. Take an inhale, slowly, slowly slide yourself back up into an upright position. And then if you want to, you can take another inhale, reach the arms up just to stretch out the other way. And exhale, let the arms come down. Perfect. So the last little move, which is really nice, and this is just going to allow you to stretch out the back of your body, that whole posterior chain, and that's doing a downward facing dog. So we're going to need to stand up for this. So stand up and come to the back of your chair. Both hands on the back of your chair, nice and gently, just start to walk backwards till your arms get fully stretched out, and then just let your head, so you kind of let the head come down in between the arms. That flattens out your back. Pull your navel in towards your spine, and if you want to, you can bend your knees here. And then notice how this is just gently stretching out through your arms, into your shoulders, all the way down your back. If you try and turn your tailbone up towards the sky, and you can do this even with bent knees, you get that lovely stretch all the way down the backs of the legs. And then just close your eyes, maybe imagine that you're breathing the whole length of the back of your body, and each exhale, that tension, that stiffness that you've been holding in that seated position all day is just gently melting away. Breathe in, let it go. Inhale, lovely, exhale. Stay here for as many breaths as you need, and then when you're ready, take an inhale, start to lift the head and the neck up, and nice and gently just walk yourself back to your chair. Lovely. So that brings us to the close of these little movements for stiff joints, especially if you are a gamer or a desk worker or anyone that sits for long periods of time. These little moves are really, really helpful. You can do them periodically through the day or at the end of the day, like especially if you are a desk worker, have a little go at the end of the day. But they really do make a difference, and yeah, just make you feel a little bit more yourself again. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know which stretch was your favourite. Please give this video a little like if you did enjoy it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take good care.